What's happening, YouTube? Links Forte here, bring you my week 2 team builder for the Major Pokemon League. And I'm going to start this video by apologizing to the viewers and especially Rob, because I had such a difficult time building for Rob. Like, I looked at his team and I was like, what can I do? Like, I want to win, but what can I do? So I built like 3 different teams, right? And I could never win. I could never win. Like, when I was test battling, I never won. Like, I was always losing 4-0 or worse. 4-0, 5-0. I think one was a 6-0. I don't know. I don't remember off the top. But I just couldn't figure it out. So I asked a friend of mine. I was like, look, I have to do this. You're good at this play style. Can you help me make a team? And he said, sure. So Summers, thank you for helping me. We're probably gonna get some hate for this team that we made, but this is necessary. This is what I have to do to win. So as I said, I'm sorry, Rob, and I'm sorry to the viewers, the fans, and everyone else watching. So let me go over Rob's team. He has Tapu Bulu. That's his first Z Pokemon. He has Thunderous T, Terrakion, which is his second Z Pokemon, Arcanine, Fortress, Melodic, Swellow, Sneasel, Dragalge, Claydol, and Snorlax. Now, looking at his team, you know, obviously I do have some ways kind of around him. When you look at it, he has the weakness in water when it comes to Terrakion and Arcanine and even Claydol. But the thing is, he has Tapu Bulu there, he has Thunderous T there. Both of those can kind of handle my Rotom Wash. My Loaded can kind of switch in, you know, even on a Volt Switch, it can take a couple of Volt Switches depending on where it is in its health. And then he has the special wall that is Snorlax. So that was one of the things that kind of made it difficult to build for him. You know, and then it's just his team is so offensive as well as defensive. His team is kind of like mine. I just think his team beats mine in various ways. And what sucks is I have to play him twice, but we won't play him until the last game of the season. Hopefully by then we'll have at least clinched a playoff spot. I don't know yet, but we'll get there when it happens. So now that we kind of sorta went over Rob's team, you know, kind of just pointed out some key players that I think key players that helped me make the decision that I made here. Let me just say, originally I did want to go into like a hyper offensive style. That didn't work. I wanted to go into a balanced style. That didn't work. So what's left? I had to go stall. Again, I'm sorry. So anyway, the first Pokemon I'm going to bring is Salamence. Hydro Pump, Flamethrower, Roost, Defog, Bold, Intimidate with Leftovers. This set, let me pull up Showdown. I should already have it up. I don't. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. Actually, I do already have it pulled up. See, I don't even know. Anyway, what this set allows me to do, the set is 248 in HP, 104 in defense, and 156 in speed. If I'm not mistaken, the reason why I have 156 in speed is it allows me to outspeed max speed and Jolly, max speed Jolly Tapu Bulu, and I can still live a hit or two. That way I'm still getting off, you know, whatever damage I need to. That's kind of why it's running the EV spread that it is. Flamethrower, obviously it takes the hit that it needs to, or it hits what it needs to hit on his team. Mostly, as far as Flamethrower, mostly being Sneasel and Fortress. Arcanine could switch in if he is running Flash Fire, but I really do see him running Intimidate this week against me. I don't know if it's going to be defensive Arcanine. I would assume so, but that's kind of why I'm wanting this set. Also, the reason why I'm running, I guess you could say it's a special Salamence, because Arcanine could just switch in and start intimidating. You know, physical Earthquake wasn't working. Even if I wanted to get behind the sub and start setting up, it wasn't working for me. So I just felt the best way to handle Arcanine, as well as Tapu Bulu and Terrakion, was to go Hydro Pump and Flamethrower. That was the best way I could deal with it. Sneasel is not something I really want to stay into, so I have to play around that. Although I don't see Sneasel coming, I think I have too many ways to beat Sneasel to see it actually coming. Next up on the team is going to be Sub-Zero, the Weavile, Jolly, Pressure, Choice Bands. That normal set there. Knock off, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and Low Kick. This is the only offensive Pokemon on my team. This set is mainly for like a hit and run kind of attacker. If I can start spreading some knockoffs or do some damage with Low Kick to that Snorlax, I'd be in a great shape. Or even, get a knockoff on my Lodic. That would be even better. But looking at his team, nothing really wants to stay in on Weavile unless it's Choice Scarf. Terrakion I see would be his Choice Scarf user if he were to bring it this week. But I think I remember the calculus, and it was like a 56.5% or something like it. It was a roll that's slightly in my favor for Low Kick to take it out. So I think I really have a good plan with that set there. But other than that, there's not much to explain about this Weavile set. But nothing on his team really wants to stay in on Weavile because it'll probably die. Next up on the team is Spin Cycle, Rotom Wash, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Toxic, and Pain Split. Yes, I am going sort of Toxic stall, but really Toxic is here for my Lodic, because what good is a burn on my Lodic this gen when it got nerfed to only doing, I think it's like 6%. Leftovers negates that. It's better to just Toxic that thing, because then it starts racking up, and a burn really isn't a big deal when my Lodic has reliable recovery and recover. So I just felt like it was better to get Toxic on it. Same with Snorlax, because one of the things I kept finding a problem with dealing with was Curselax. Obviously Curselax can just rest off the damage, but it forces it to rest, and that I felt would be in my favor. It gives me the chance to possibly, with the rest of my team, get some crits, because honestly, like, unless I can find a way to take care of Curselax, which I do think I have a solid check to it, unless I can find a way to handle it, it's gonna be really, it's a real problem for me. But other than that, that's kind of why Rotom is here. Rotom itself, it checks, or not even checks, it pretty much walls Arcanine. Like, I can come in, take the hit, and then just Pain Split or Hydro Pump, force it out. Basically, it gets forced out, and I can do whatever it is I need to do. I have to be careful with the Thunderous T though, because I can't just Volt Switch around if he brings it. Just for the main fact that, spoilers, I'm gonna have rocks on this team again, just like last week. Me Volt Switching around with Thunderous T there, it can cause problems with it healing back up instead of me getting the necessary damage on it. So I really have to be careful with the way I play around with Rotom until that thing is gone. Claydol, it's not so much of a big deal. I don't even see Claydol coming, just because Rotom beats it 10 times over. I don't think there's anything that Claydol gets. I don't think Claydol gets Energy Ball, but that's maybe something I'll look up after this video. Next up, we're bringing back Dr. Nurse, Chansey, Stealth Rock, Soft Boil, Heal Bell, Seismic Toss. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same set as last week. There was really no reason to change it. We did consider running Toxic, but we put Heal Bell on it just because we wanted to make sure the team stayed healthy. Arcanine could spread some statuses around, my Lodic could spread some status around, and I needed the team to stay healthy. That was basically the need for it. And like I said, Stealth Rock, I plan on forcing a lot of switches, so I need to get the Stealth Rocks up. I think Fortress comes just to remove hazards. Like I said, I don't think Claydol comes because Rotom beats it. I have to kind of figure out what my lead is going to be. Like, I think with this team, he has to bring one of those two, because those are his only ways outside of Swallow running Defog. Kind of how the same thing with last week with Staraptor. I don't see it running Defog. So it's left up to Fortress and Claydol to rapid spin them away, and Rotom beats it. Rotom beats Claydol. Fortress is the issue because it has Sturdy, so kind of have to figure my plan out from there. But next up is my check, in a sense, to 2 Snorlax, Takamichi, the Chestnut, Spikes, Taunt, Leech Seed, Drain Punch. Like I said, I want to force some switches. Getting up hazards as much as possible is kind of what I want to do here, or kind of what I need to do. Like I said, I was having problems with Snorlax, Curslax to be, precise. What was happening was, their set was originally Spikes, Leech Seed, Drain Punch, and it was originally Spikes, Spiky Shields, Synthesis, and Drain Punch. Synthesis wasn't helping me out because, like I said, Snorlax was just setting up on me. So we swapped that out for Leech Seed. And then the issue was Snorlax was still able to set up. So we got rid of Spiky Shield because, it became a prediction game, kind of like with the Aegislash thing. It became a prediction game. So Taunt was basically a way to force out Snorlax. Or either force it out, or just make it start hitting me and start losing its health where it can't rest up or anything like that. Curslax, like I said, was the issue I was having. I think any other set I can probably handle. I don't think he'll bring Curslax just because I do have Miss Magius, and if he brought Curslax, basically the Curslax set is Curse, Return, Rest, and Sleep Talk. That meant if I brought Miss Magius will wall it. Force it out 100% of the time. That's why I don't think he's going to bring that. If he does, he's losing out on Sleep Talk. So I honestly think it's going to be a different set if he even brings it all. If he doesn't bring it, awesome, perfect for me. It's one less thing I have to worry about. But also with this this set here, I can kind of set up, I can force Terrakion out, and I can set up on, well, I don't know if I can set up on Bulu. I have to go back and check that, but I think Bulu did do like a lot of damage to me. I just don't 100% remember, but I could at least set up one layer of spikes if I needed to. And last but not least, making yet another return is Gauge, the Magearna, Pain Split, Ice Beam, Volt Switch, and Aura Sphere. Okay, so Pain Split, obviously. I'm trying to remember what all I put, but this is especially defensive. Magearna this week. Last week was physically defensive. Ice Beam was for Claydol, who can Earthquake me. It was for Dragalge, who could HP Fire, HP Ground. Either way, I take hits for days. Anything else can't really do anything, but Bulu and Thunderous T. I figure Thunderous T could be a possible switch in because I do get Volt Switch. So yeah, I'm running 2 Volt Switchers. Hopefully this works out for the better, but Thunderous T could, in theory, switch in on me. If it comes in on rocks, I have to predict that. If I show him Volt Switch once, he may see it again, but if he saw my team builder last week, he knows I have Ice Beam. I don't even remember if I used Ice Beam in the battle last week, but if he saw the team builder, he knows I had Ice Beam once before. I could run it again. But yeah, Ice Beam is to basically keep his other Pokemon in check. Tapu Bulu can't switch in for free. Thunderous T can't switch in for free once I reveal it. And then Terrakion has to be careful. Terrakion could probably OHKO me with an Earthquake. I'm not sure, on the spread. I didn't really run calcs this week. I ran it just trying to build teams and stuff like that, but I didn't write it, or I didn't type anything up or anything like that. But Aura Sphere is, just in case it's like a sub SD set. I would probably be willing to risk Magearna just to make sure, Terrakion can't set up on me and anything like that. But yeah, in most cases, what I'll probably end up doing is just switching in Chestnut, or maybe even Rotom Wash, because they're both physically defensive. Like, if you can't tell, I have 5 defensive Pokemon. That's why I said at the beginning, I'm so sorry. Like, this is going to be a stall fest on my side. So I'm so sorry for you guys having to watch. I'm so sorry to Rob. I don't like to play this way, but I want to win. So, yeah, that's the team. That's what I'm bringing. I can't say I'm sorry enough, you guys. And it's Wednesday night when I'm recording this. I'm hoping for the battle, like, I feel better. Like, I'm still a little bit sick, so I'm hoping for the battle I feel better. But with that, you guys, I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching this team builder. See you guys at the battle. I'm out. Peace.